All right, shalom, shalom, Israel, shalom. First and foremost, we give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh by Shema Mashiach Malak Yahushai. That is to say, Yahweh being named the Heavenly Father, who the world will call God, and Yahweh Shai being named of His only begotten Son, who the world ignorantly called Jesus Christ. All right, shalom to everyone that's tuning in. Right, strong shalom to the brother Matamyika from WFI Baltimore. Right, he kind of beat me to the punch, man, but. You know, he's out there through the spirit, live. I was just watching this live. Strong shalom to all the brothers that continue to endure and watch for these prophecies, right? The brothers that go out there and labor. The brothers that may not be able to go out there and labor just yet, right? But they getting themselves built up, man. Right? Strong shalom to the brother from Detroit, man. Right? I forgot how to pronounce your name, your correct name, King, but, you know, strong shalom. The brother know what I'm talking about, right? Strong shalom to the sisters, man. Right? That's holding down and doing what they got to do through the spirit. Right? And we, you know, as always, I like to touch on a prophecy. It's not to say that, you know, no more than next man or nothing like that. There's just every man's been given a gift, and the gift that the Most High has given me, right, is the spirit of prophecy, man. Right? So what we're going to touch on, right, and Salakia, this is Brother Kasadia from WFI Jersey, Philly, man. All right, now, the gift that the Most High has given me, again, is the spirit of prophecy. So we want to touch on through the spirit, we're going to touch on, Lord willing, today we're going to break down all of Revelation 6. All right. Right after this video, Lord willing, I can hop back in this and do the fourth seal. And after the fourth seal, the fifth seal. And touch on the sixth seal. Right? So we're going to break it down, Lord willing, through the spirit. Right now, we're going to cover the first three seals. We're going to break it down. Now, the Cold Cut channel is still shut down, you know, and I got to make videos. It can't be, you know, we got to make videos, nonetheless. All right. So we here with it. This is the book of, I'm going to start off with this. All right. This is the book of 1 Corinthians, chapter 12, and I'm going to start at verse, well, give me 1 second. I'm going to start at verse 1 real quick. Right, I'm going to jump down. 1 Corinthians 12 and 1. Now, concerning spiritual gifts, brethren, I would not have you ignorant. Right? So the most I through Paul right now is saying that a man has different gifts. Right? He's going to list all the different spiritual gifts that man has been given. Some brothers is great at exhortating brothers and sisters, getting them on fire, telling them where they're going off at and trying to stir up their spirit so they can continue to press forward. Right? Other brothers is great at counsel, giving counsel, right? You know, being there and breaking down different problems that the nation of Israel, right, has been going through. And other brothers are great at prophecy. All right? So let's go into it. 1 Corinthians 12 and 10 is what I want. It says, to another, or I started 9. To another, faith by the same spirit. Other brothers, the Most High is giving them faith above none other, right? They might not have all the precepts. They might not know all the breakdowns, but they believe in Yahweh Hashem Yahushai completely, right? Reading on, Salakia. It says, verse 10, to another, the working of miracles, to another prophecy, to another discerning of spirits, to another divert kinds of tongues, to another the interpretation of tongues. Right? So every man has their gift. Don't be like, well, why I can't do this? Well, because the Most High didn't want you to do that. But you have another office you got to fulfill. So whatever the office the Most High gave you, that's what you got to get down with, man. All right? So, let me see if I got another precept real quick. And I don't got my deuce with me, but we're going to deal with it. All right? Let me see this. All right. So everybody, you know, you got your own thing, man. You got to do what you got to do, right? This is the book of First Timothy, chapter 4 and verse 13. It says, till I come, give attendance to reading, to exhortation, to doctrine. Verse 14 is the point. Neglect not the gift that is in thee, right? So the Lord told you not to neglect the gift that's in you. To neglect something is to put it aside. You might have a dog, you know, is roaming around the house. It's damn barking, it's growling, it might be whimpering, right? What you got to do, man, you got to know what's going on with the dog. Hey, it might need some food. So you damn go fill the bowl up. Or it needs some water, right? It's not enough water in the bowl, so you go fill the water up, right? You don't want to neglect that dog, nor would you want to neglect the gift that the Most High has given you. Whatever gift it is, you got to use it, man. Right? Reading on. It says, which was given thee by prophecy, with the laying on of the hands of the presbytery. And a presbytery is a council of the elders, right? Now the Lord, through the spirit of us reading these scriptures, right, this prophecy that's been fulfilled from Genesis to Revelation, certain brothers has been given certain gifts, and it's your job and your responsibility to go ahead and bring out your gift. Whether it's great at going through the history, you got to do that as well. All right, so we're going to touch on, again, like I mentioned, we're going to break down the book of Revelation, the 6th chapter, and we're actually going to start at Revelation 5 and 1. All right, Revelation chapter 5 and verse 1. It says, Revelation 5 and 1, and Salaki, if a brother or a sister, whoever's, able, could you Baba Gashah, right, be the scribe, right? Just jot down the precepts we bring out for the nation. So whoever watches this and go back, check out the precepts. All right, so this is Revelation 5 and 1. It says, and I saw in the right hand of him that sat on the throne a book written, and on the backside sealed with 7 seals. So who is this talking about? Right? This man that's sitting on the throne is Yahweh. Now in his book, this book he has, let me see if I can kind of get a book. All right, I got this right here. Now this book is actually the word of the Lord. Nonetheless, there being 7 seals, these are the 7 seals of prophecy that the Most High has been allowing to be distributed over time. Right? And these things occurred and kicked off once Yahweh Shai gave up the spirit. Right? And so-called died. We're going to read on. It says, and these things didn't happen. These wasn't supposed to all take place during the time of the Roman Empire. Right? These things have taken place throughout history. We're going to touch on when exactly they took place. Right? So Revelation 5 and 1 again, or verse 2. It says, and I saw a strong angel proclaiming with a loud voice, who is worthy to open the book and to loose the seals thereof? And no man in heaven, nor on earth, neither under the earth was able to open the book, neither to look thereon. And I wept much, because no man was found worthy to open and to read the book, neither to look thereon. And one of the elders said unto me, weep not. Behold, the Lion of the tribe of Judah, the root of David, had prevailed to open the book and to loose the 7 seals thereof. Right, so who is the Lion of the tribe of Judah? Yahweh Shai. Right, we know Yahweh Shai, he comes from the loins of David. All right, that's why he's known as the root of David. Now, he's the root and offspring of David, actually. Right, so let's go to the book of Acts. Right, let's get a quick precept. If you don't have it, you always got to go back through it. Let's go to Acts chapter 2. Just like this, what I want. I'm going to go to the book of Acts, 13th chapter real quick. All right. So it's important you continue to go back over these things. You want to continue to study. You might have a breakdown, but you need a refresher. It might be more precepts brought out that you heard from another breakdown that you didn't hear from this breakdown, or vice versa. You want to always make sure your sword is sharp, and you do that by continuing to go over your breakdowns. Don't just have a list of, well, let me kind of, I got some books of breakdowns over here, but you want to you always want to get up in there, man. You don't want to just look at it one time and put it aside. You go through the breakdown in 2nd Ezra 11 and 12, and that's it. You don't never look at it again. How you going to know that breakdown? You got to study. All right, it's the book of Acts, chapter 13, and I'm going to start at verse 23. I started 22. It says, and when he had removed him, he raised up unto them David to be their king, to whom also he gave testimony and said, I have found David, the son of Jesse, a man after mine own heart, which shall fulfill all my will. Of this man's seed had Yahweh, according to his promise, raised unto Israel a savior, Yahweh Shai. Right? So the Most High, through David, through his loins, raised up Yahweh Shai. That's why he's known as the root and offspring of David. Let's get another precept on this. All right. So let me see this. I believe it was Psalm 132. All right. This is the book of Psalm. This is the book of Psalm, chapter 132, and I'm going to start at verse 17. Right? Psalm 132 and 17. There will I make the horn of David. And who's the horn of David? Real quick, let's go to, we know that the Lord is the horn of our salvation. So let's go to Luke real quick. Let's come back to that. This is Luke chapter 1, and I'm going to start at verse 68. Right? Luke 1 and 68. It says, blessed be the Lord Yahweh of Israel, for he hath visited and redeemed his people, and raised up a horn of salvation for us in the house of his servant David. So the house of his servant David, where this horn of salvation that comes from the house of his servant David is Yahweh Shai. Yahweh Shai is that horn that he's talking about, both in Psalm 132 and 7 or 17, and the book of Luke chapter 1 and verse 68 down to 69. So back to Psalm 132 and verse 17. There will I make the horn of David to bud, meaning to grow, to sprout. If he's the offspring, they sprout. You might plant a seed in the ground, that seed being David's seed, if you got ears to hear, and from that, Yahweh Shai came from that. Ultimately, though, Yahweh Shai was that root because he's before David, right? He's the creator of this world, like I tell you in the book of Colossians, the first chapter. It says, I have ordained a lamp for mine anointed. And this anointed is David on one fold, but also the nation of Israel. All right, so we go back to Revelation. All right, this is Revelation chapter 5, and I'm going to read verse 6. It says, I'll read 5 again. And one of the elders said unto me, weep not. Behold, the Lion of the tribe of Judah, the root of David, had prevailed to open the book and to loose the 7 seals thereof. So the only one that can open these 7 seals is Yahweh Shai. Verse 6. And I beheld, and lo, in the midst of the throne and of the 4 beasts, and in the midst of the elders, stood a lamb, as it had been slain, having 7 horns and 7 eyes, which are the 7 spirits of Yahweh sent forth into all the world, or it's like all the earth. Now, we know this lamb is Yahweh Shai. All right, let's get another precept if you don't got it already. Right, we're going to get it. You know, you got to go through it, man. Right, so it's the book of St. John chapter 1 and verse 29. Right, St. John 1 and 29. And shalom to everyone that's, tuning in. It says the next day, St. John 1 and 29, the next day John seeth Yahweh Shai cometh unto him, and said, Behold, the Lamb of Yahweh, which taketh away the sin of the world. Right, so in that world it's talking about is the world of Israel. All right, so Yahweh Shai, man, he's that Lamb of the Most High God. He's that Lamb without spot and without blemish. All right, let's get another precept on that. All right, this is the book of Salakia. I lost my train of thought. Let me get this real quick. This is the book of Isaiah. Right, this is the book of Isaiah chapter 53. And I'm going to start at verse 7, I believe. Right, Isaiah chapter 53 and verse 7. And it reads, Isaiah 53 and 7. He was oppressed and was afflicted, yet opened not his mouth. He is brought as a lamb to the slaughter. So who is this he that was oppressed? Is this talking about David? Was David oppressed and was brought as a lamb to the slaughter? When was David slaughtered? This is talking about none other than Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, man. All right, Yahweh Shai was that lamb that was brought to the slaughter as a lamb. Right, he wasn't bucking up. He said, "Thou sayest." So, art thou the King of the Jews? Thou sayest. Right, you said that. I didn't say that. Right, read it on. It says, he is brought as a lamb to the slaughter, and as a sheep before his shearers is dumb, so he opened not his mouth. Right, so this is the whole book of Revelation. It's like Isaiah, the 53rd chapter is going into Yahweh Shai, man. Yahweh Shai being that servant that the Lord anointed, right, to be the one to bear the iniquity of the nation of Israel. All right, so none other Yahweh Shai is that lamb is talking about. So back to Revelation chapter 5 and verse 6, it says, And I beheld, and lo, in the midst of the throne and of the 4 beasts, and in the midst of the elders stood a lamb as it had been slain, having 7 horns. Now, 7 is a number of completion, as you know already. These horns is representative of strength, right? Strength, power, and might. So Yahweh Shai having a complete strength, right, of the Most High God. That's what it's going into. Now, to execute the Most High's will. Now, let's get some precepts on the horn. Let me see real quick. Let me go to the book of Psalm real quick. All right. This is the book of Psalm. This is the book of Psalm chapter 18 and verse 1. Right? Psalm 18 and 1. It says, I will love thee, O Yahweh, my strength. Yahweh is my rock and my fortress and my deliverer, my God, my strength, in whom will I trust, my buckler and the horn of my salvation and my high tower. So again, horn representative of strength, might, right? Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai is our salvation, man. He's our horn of salvation, like it told you in the book of Luke, the first chapter we just read. Let's get another one. I believe you got Psalm 75. All right, this is the book of Psalm, chapter 75 and verse 10. Psalm 75 and 10. All the horns of the wicked also will I cut off, but the horns of the righteous shall be exalted. So the Lord is saying, hey, the strength of these wicked, these heathen that's ruling this earth, that's going to be done with, man. Right? He's not dealing with that. Now, the strength of his people, our salvation, is going to come from none other than Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai. And that's going to be exalted, as you've seen in these last days. Salakia, as you've seen in these last days, man. All right? All right, so let's go back to it. Revelation. Revelation chapter 6, Salakia 5, and verse 6. I'm going to jump right to the point. It said, having 7 horns and 7 eyes, which are the 7 spirits of Yahweh sent forth into all the earth. Now these 7 spirits, or 7 eyes, this is going into the omnipotency of the Most High, having all knowledge and ability to know all things in the earth. And he does that through the angels, man. Right? So let's get a Slakia. Kind of got my pocket for over here. But let's get this precept. All right. This is the book of Sirach, chapter 23 and verse 19. Sirach 23 and 19. It says, such a man only feareth the eyes of men. Because men, they don't really perceive that the Most High literally has an angel right where you're at right now. As you're hearing this breakdown, right, as you're getting this understanding, the Most High got an angel right next to you, seeing if you really taking notes, really paying attention. And if you are, the Most High might pour it in that spirit of that or pour it in that spirit of that angel to give you further understanding to this thing. Or if you're really playing games, he might take some understanding away. But he also jotting everything you got that you're doing down. Right? He's going to report it back to the Most High God. It says, and knoweth not that the eyes of the Lord are 10 times, or it's like 10,000 times brighter than the sun, beholding all the ways of men and considering the most secret parts. So the Most High, he understands, and he has all the understanding of even those things that you may perceive as secret. Things you thought you done in your closet. Things you thought you done in your damn bathroom. And you got your door locked. You got the chain on the door. And you kind of chilling out. The Lord not playing games, man. He know all things. He is all things. Right? Yahweh, he is. He exists. Let's get some more precepts. I was reading Daniel, so let me see. I think I just saw something in Daniel. I've been in Daniel recently. All right? Let me see this real quick. I think it's Daniel, the 2nd chapter is what I want. All right, this is the book of Daniel, chapter 2 and verse 22. Daniel 2 and 22. He revealeth the deep and secret things. He knoweth what is in the darkness, and the light dwelleth with him. And how does the Lord know all these things? Hey, first off, he's the Most High God. Secondly, he has ministering spirits sent in the 4 corners of the earth to do his will. That's literally what these angels are set up for, to do what the Most High told them to do. It tells you in the book of Job, he set folly in the heart of these, and paraphrasing, but he set folly in the heart of these his servants. Let me get another precept. Right, it's the book of Proverbs, chapter 15 and verse 3. Well, that's a mean precept right there. That's a mean precept. Let me get this one real quick, though. All right, this is the book of Proverbs, chapter 15 and verse 3. It says, the eyes of the Lord are in every place. It literally tells you that the eyes of the Lord are in every place. What's these eyes? These spirits, these angels. They're in every place. The Lord told you in, see if I can remember this precept real quick. I think it's Revelation the 6th. It's not the 6th chapter. Let me find this precept. Give me 1 second. All right, give me 1 second. Let me find this precept. All right, this precept escapes me. But there's a precept that says the Lord has 10 times or 10,000 times 10,000 angels. If a brother can drop that precept for the edification of the body, Baba Kasha, right? If you can drop that precept, that's a mean precept. I believe it's in Revelation. That's a mean precept right there. Let me see. Hold on. All right. Okay, Khan, I found it. All right, this is the book of, it's in the 5th chapter. This is Revelation chapter 5, and I'm going to read verse 11 real quick. It says, "And I beheld, and I heard the voice of many angels round about the throne, and the beasts, and the elders." Now, it doesn't tell, the scripture don't really give you a breakdown of those 24 elders, or the 24 elders. Certain brothers say it's, this and that. There's no real breakdown on that. We just know that these elders are sent before the throne of the Lord, ministering and praising Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. Reading on though, it says, "And a number of them was 10,000 times 10,000 and thousands of thousands." Now, if you do 10,000 times 10,000, that's a mighty precept right there. If you do 10,000 times 10,000, I believe it's like 100 million, and you can do it yourself, right? I'm using my phone right now, and I don't got a calculator on me, right? But it's 10,000 times 10,000 is 100 million. It says in thousands of thousands, meaning it's going to continue on. It's an infinite amount of spirits that the Lord has created to do His will. Okay, you got another precept real quick on these spirits, on these angels. The brother pulled the book of Jude 1 and 14. That's a mean one. And you got this right here. And it's the book of Psalm chapter 68 and verse 17. "The chariots of Yahweh are 20,000, even thousands of angels. Yahweh is among them, as in Sinai in the holy place." Right? So that's plain. All right. So that's those 7 eyes, right? The angels of the Lord. So back to Revelation, the 5th chapter. And you have to read Revelation 5 to get what's going on. You can't just hop into 6. You want to get the background. You got to get the synopsis. Remember back in the day when you was reading those books from school and whatnot, when you was in elementary school, you might look at the back cover and read the summary before you hop into the book. It might get you rubbing your hands like Birdman, right? You kind of ready and anticipated to read the book now. All right. You might watch a trailer for a movie before you watch the movie to see what the movie is about. You don't just hop into the movie, just watching the movie. It might not be a movie you want to see. You might just see the title and just hop into the movie. That's not how things work. Prepare for the Sabbath. Yeah, there you go. Right? And this is Revelation chapter 5 and where we at? Verse 7. It says, "And he came and took the book out of the right hand of him that sat upon the throne." So this is literally Yahweh Shai coming to Yahweh and taking his book out of his hand. This book is the word. Now, if Yahweh Shai is Yahweh or Christ is God, then why is Yahweh Shai coming to the Most High God? And if they're the same person and he's taking the book with the seals out of his hand, how does that make sense, you Christians? Y'all got to break that down. Don't come up to camps if you ain't breaking that one down. I want to hear that explanation right there. We had it. We don't get into it. Right, we're going to read on though. Verse 8. "And when he had taken the book, the 4 beasts and the 24 elders fell down before the Lamb, having every one of them harps and golden vials full of odors, which are the prayers of saints. And they sung a new song, saying, Thou art worthy to take the book and to open the seals thereof. For thou wast slain and hast redeemed us to Yahweh by thy blood, out of every kindred and tongue and nation, or and people and nation. And it says that he redeemed Yahweh by Hashem Yahushai, redeemed Israel by his blood out of. It didn't say every nation, it said out of, because we're scattered amongst everyone. Right? It literally tell you in the book of Tobit, the 13th chapter. We can get some precepts real quick. Let's get the book of Baruch. Right? We was sent everywhere. That's a curse. Deuteronomy 28 and 64. We had to be scattered abroad. This is the book of Baruch 4 and 6 real quick. It says, Ye were sold to the nations, not for your destruction, but because you moved Yahweh to wrath, ye were delivered unto their enemies. Right? So you literally spread everywhere, Jake. The Lord put you everywhere. Let's get another one, 2nd Ezra, I believe. All right, it's 2nd Ezra 2 and 7. Let them be scattered among the heathen. Let their names be put out of the earth, for they have despised my covenant. So the Lord literally scattered us amongst the heathen. Why is that? Because, again, we disobeyed the Most High God. That's our punishment. Now we got to be mingled amongst these damn devils. Then we got to literally live next to these devils, man. These base men that should be under your foot. Let's get another precept on that. So in WFI, we like to break all of it down. We don't just run through it. We don't just say some stuff. All right, if we can pull a precept, we're going to pull a precept through the Spirit. If not, we really shouldn't be breaking it down through the Spirit. But the Most High has given certain brothers the ability to do so. As you get built up in this thing, that's where you'll be as well. This is the book of Psalm 106 and verse 35. It says, but were mingled among the heathen and learned their works, and they served their idols, which were a snare unto them. Right, so we literally were mingled amongst the heathen. To be mingled is to be, swirled around. Like a damn pot. You might make some goulash or whatever, some spaghetti. You going to have spaghetti noodles in there. You might put the sauce in there at the end. Put the sauce in there and put the ground beef you might have, or however you like to get down. The turkey sausage, you might put that in there. And you kind of mix it around. That's how we are with these nations. We mixed around now. You got brothers in China. You got brothers in UK ready to start a WFI UK. That might be a thing through the Spirit. We're scattered abroad. We're mingled. We're not in the land of Israel, so we're everywhere else, right? Let's go back to it. Revelation, the 5th chapter. Revelation chapter 5 and verse 10. And has made us unto our God kings and priests, and we shall reign on the earth. So our rulership will be here on this earth. Our rulership is not going to be in the third heaven with the Most High God. We don't have to, and the Most High God is not a white man. You don't be oppressed and belittled here in this society, only to go up to the third heaven, wait in the long line, have Peter, which is a white man, or what they say, and have these damn naked angels, right? Little baby angels with halos upon their head. The Lord not dealing with that, right? That's not it. Nor are we going to wait to already be oppressed by these heathens that's ruling over us and that's so-called superior in this society to us, to only have to be under authority again to a white God that's even more powerful than these devils that's on this earth and more superior than them. What kind of heaven is that? Man is oppressed here, and this ain't hell. But you're gonna go up to the third heaven and you're gonna be oppressed again by the same rulership that's on earth already. How does that make sense? How is that heaven? We the only people that gotta die to so-called make it into heaven, to have freedom. Come on, man. Enough with that. The Lord been had them strongholds being torn down, man. The Lord not dealing with none of that. We dealing in truth, in righteousness. Right, let's go to the book of Isaiah, the 61st chapter. Right, so a part of the gospel is us ruling over these heathen. That's a part of the gospel. And also a part of the gospel is us having a rulership here on earth, them building up the waste places. This is Isaiah 61 and verse 4. That's what it tells you in Revelation, what we just read, 5 and 10 or 11, I believe. That we're kings and priests for the Most High God, and we're going to reign on this earth. This is Isaiah 61, Isaiah 61 and verse 4. And they shall build the old waste. They shall rise up the former desolations. So in the heavens, ain't no desolation in the heavens, man. The Lord told you, I believe it's 2 Corinthians, the 11th chapter, or 1 Corinthians 11th chapter. Let me prove it though. Let me see real quick. I believe it's 2 Corinthians 11th chapter. Yeah, that gotta be. 2 Corinthians 11. Slaki. No, Slaki. 2 Corinthians 12. This is the book of 2 Corinthians chapter 12 and verse 1. It is not expedient for me, doubtless, to glory. I will come to visions and revelations of the Lord. I knew a man in Hamashiach above 14 years ago. Whether in the body I cannot tell, or whether out of the body I cannot tell, Yahweh knoweth, such an one caught up to the third heaven. And I knew a man, so I knew such a man, whether in the body or out of the body, I could not tell. Yahweh knoweth how that he was caught up into paradise and heard unspeakable words, which is not lawful for a man to utter. So when this man was caught up to the third heaven, it was known as paradise, man. You don't gotta build them the waste places in the third heavens. All right, so that's folly. Heaven's gonna be on earth. That's the Lord's prayer. Matthew the 6th chapter. Back to Isaiah 61 and verse 4. And they shall build the old waste. They shall rise up the former desolations. They shall repair the waste cities, the desolations of many generations. And strangers shall stand and feed your flocks. And the sons of aliens shall be your plowmen and your vine dressers. And ye shall be named the priests of the Lord. So we're going to be named the priests of the Lord. They're going to come up and offer sacrifices still. He just still got to do that. It tell you in the book of Zechariah, the 14th chapter. It says, men shall call you the ministers of Yahweh. Ye shall eat the riches of the Gentiles, and in their glory shall ye boast yourselves. So we're going to, hey man, we're going to be living. This ain't life right here. This is not life. Having to pay X amount for damn rent. You don't own nothing. You don't own a damn thing, Jake. This ain't life. Your life is right here. You come back to this word right here. This is life. This is going to bring you to the kingdom. Right? Not the third heaven, but have a kingdom on earth. A rulership on earth. Right? So back to Revelation chapter 5, and we have verse 11. And I beheld and heard the voice of many angels round about the throne, and the beasts and the elders, and the number of them was 10,000 times 10,000, and thousands of thousands, saying with a loud voice, worthy is the Lamb that was slain to receive power and riches, and wisdom and strength, and honor and glory, and blessing. And every creature which is in heaven, and on earth, and under the earth, and such as are in the sea, and all that are in them, heard I saying, blessing, and honor, and glory, power be unto him that sitteth upon the throne, and unto the Lamb forever and ever. And the four beasts said, Amen. And the 24 elders fell down and worshipped him that liveth forever and ever. By Shem Mashiach Yahushua. So now we in Revelation the 6th chapter. That was the prologue or prequel. Now we in Revelation the 6th chapter. Revelation 6 and 1. And I saw when the Lamb opened one of the seals, and I heard as it were the noise of thunder. Right? Salakia. It says one of the four beasts saying, come and see. And I saw, and behold, a white horse, and he that sat on him had a bow, and a crown was given unto him, and he went forth conquering and to conquer. So what this is going into is Yahweh Shai, right? Coming, conquering, right? What is he conquering? He's conquering death, sin. He's conquering Israel, right? And bringing Israel back into the Lord, right? He's conquering the rulership of this world. He's conquering all these different things and preparing the kingdom of heaven for the nation of Israel. All right. Now, let's go into it. Now, I said that, I'm going to read that again, verse 2. And I saw and behold a white horse. Now, white represents righteousness. We're going to tackle that real quick. Right? Oh, that's a spirit. We can go right here real quick. This is Isaiah chapter 1 and verse 16. Wash you, make you clean. Put away the evil of your doings from before mine eyes. Cease to do evil. Learn to do well. Seek judgment. Relieve the oppressed. Judge the fatherless. Plead for the widow. It's the point. Come now and let us reason together, said Yahweh. Though your sins be as scarlet, and scarlet is red. I mean, it's very vivid. It's like this drink that's in this cup right here. This damn strawberry lemonade. You can see it. Read it on. It says, they shall be as white as snow, meaning they're going to be blotted out. That's the prayer in the book of Psalm, the 51st chapter, the 7th verse, that you want to have your sins whited out. Reading on. It says, though they be red like crimson, they shall be as wool. And crimson is the color of this marker right here. Right? You can kind of see that. That's crimson. Let me see if I got something else red in here. But that's it though. The Lord said, though it be red as crimson, hey, they shall be as wool. Then they're gonna be spotless. Like Yahweh Shai, he had white woolly hair. Let's go to, like I called it already, but I'm gonna go to it. Psalm 51. Right, so that's what you want to have these days. You want to be cleaned. You want to be made perfect. And you want to ask the Lord to make you perfect. And that should be a part of your prayer. David asked for this. David is the anointed of the Lord. It tell you in the book of Habakkuk 3:13 that you're known as the anointed of the Lord. 1 John 2:27. You are the anointed of the Most High God. So David asked for it. You want to ask for it. This is the book of Psalm 51 and verse 7. Purge me with hyssop, and I shall be clean. Wash me, and I shall be whiter than snow. So David, hey, Lord, hey, clean me, man. I'm filthy. You know what's in man. You know man is regarded as nothing. You know we dust and ashes. Hey, why don't you clean me, Lord? Baba Kasha. Clean me, wash me, make me whiter than snow. I don't want to be a filthy, abominable beast as a dog that rolls around in his vomit all day. I want to be clean, Lord. That's a mighty thing to ask from the Lord. Let's get another precept. Oh, I just had something. It'll come back to me. Let me get this one, though. All right, this is the book of... What is the spirit? This is the book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 9 and verse 8. Ecclesiastes 9 and 8. Let thy garments be always white. And what's your garments? Your garments is your spirit. You want to have your spirit always white. That's why, let me get this real quick, too. It's the book of Genesis 35. That's why, it was said, let's get it real quick. Jacob, this is what Jacob said. This is the book of Genesis chapter 35 verse 2. Then Jacob said unto his household, and to all that were with him, put away the strange gods that are among you, and be clean and change your garments. Meaning get your spirit right. Straighten up. Your parents might have told you, hey, straighten up this house. Hey, this is your house. This body are you in. You want to straighten up your house. It tell you that in 2nd Ezra, the 14th chapter. Where you want to set yourself in order, man. Set your household in order. Right? I was going to get another precept from Baruch. Talking about getting your garments clean. And your garment should be spotless. You shouldn't have stains in your garment. You just got the garment. It's already stained up. I had a look. Imagine you going to Passover. The theme for the Passover is white and gold. And you're joined all damn red. And you got wine. You got yan all over it. Got a young boy stain all over. Got ketchup on your damn garment. Mustard. Little mayo. Relish. Kind of picking at it. Trying to wipe it away. It's getting worse. I don't know if y'all saw that movie back in the day, American Gangster with Denzel Washington. He had some carpet. I think it was a white carpet too. And they spilled a drink or his blood or something on the damn carpet. And he said, don't rub on that. You blotted. Don't rub on it. You're going to make it worse. You want to get that thing removed. This is the book of Baruch, chapter 5 and verse 1. Put off Jerusalem, the garment of thy mourning and affliction, and put on the comeliness of the Lord, Slaki, of the glory that cometh from Yahweh forever. So you want to put on that beautiful garment, that unspotted garment. All right. Yeah, some folly. Yeah, that was some folly. I saw that. All right, where we at with it? Let's go back to Revelation. Now, I had another precept. It escapes me. Oh, it's like, yeah, I think I got it. Bear with me. Let me see if I can get this precept. Kind of wanted this precept. Okay, found it. This is the book of Revelation, chapter 7 and verse 14. And I said unto him, Sir, thou knowest. And he said unto me, well, I started verse 13. And one of the elders answered, saying unto me, what are these which are arrayed in white robes? And whence came they? This white representing righteousness. This is going into the 144,000 that the Lord has called. And at this time, it's already been sealed. And now they're appearing before the Lord. And I tell you in the book of 2nd Ezra, 2nd chapter, verses, believe 39 and 40 on down, that these men were placed with crowns upon their heads. Abaratazar, all the mighty men that's watching this get a crown upon your head, man. You got to press for that mark, though, like I tell you in Philippians, the 3rd chapter, I believe. Reading on, though. It says, and I said unto him, Sir, thou knowest. And he said unto me, these are they which came out of great tribulation. So you got to go through that fire. And that great tribulation is like no other. Like it's going to tell you later on when we hop back on this and go through the 5th seal. Right? Jacob's trouble, that great tribulation. It says, and have washed their robes. I mean, they washed themselves. They got themselves white, man. They put away the wickedness in the world, dealing with these women, and they put them away, both physical and spiritual women. right? They put the niggatry away. You want to put the niggatry away, right? I hated being a nigga. Everybody should have hated being a nigga. Being a you at the bottom. Us being the children of the Most High God, we already at the bottom. But being a nigga, hey, you at the bottom. Even a woman is over you. Even a nigga woman is over you. So you don't want to be a nigga. You want to put that away. You don't want to turn back. Reading on. And made them white in the blood of the Lamb. So they literally, now how can you make yourself white with blood? It's not talking about literal took the Lord's blood, sprinkled it on them, and their garment went from yellow to damn white. That one made no damn sense. What it's talking about is they got themselves purified, cleansed. The Lord's blood cleanses you. Well, let me get that. That's what the Spirit kind of want me to go there. And Salakia, you might, well, why we not going through Revelation 6 in the first 3 seals? We are. But you got to break down certain things. So you got other precepts you can add to your repertoire, and you can, when you are breaking it down yourself, you don't got to go to these precepts, but I'm going to give you what I got, or what the Spirit's going to give you. And that's the Spirit right there. This is the book of Hebrews, chapter 12, and I'm going to start at verse 23. It says 23. And to the general assembly and church of the firstborn, which is Israel, we're the firstborn, which are written in heaven, and to Yahweh, the judge of all, and to the spirits of just men made perfect. So the Lord has certain men that's made perfect already. They might be in these bodies, because every man is in these bodies, and these bodies, you born a woman, you already born in sin. But your spirit was made perfect. The Lord said he imputed not iniquity to certain men. I believe that's in Psalm the 32nd chapter. It says, which are written in heaven, verse 24, and to Yahweh Shai, the mediator of the new covenant, and to the blood of sprinkling that speaketh better things than that of Abel. So the Lord sprinkled his blood on certain elect spirits from the foundation of the world to bear witness with this thing. That's the only reason why you in this truth right now. Because the Lord sprinkled his blood upon you. All right? If you got ears to hear. If you can receive it. So back to Revelation. All right, back to Revelation chapter 6. Oh, no, we ain't there yet. No, we are there. Actually, Slakia. Revelation 6 and 2. And I saw and behold a white horse. We just broke down that white represents righteousness. Now this horse, and we know, real quick, we know Yahweh Shai is going to come down in that white horse, so to speak. Right, which is talking about a chariot. Right, so we can go to Revelation 14 real quick. This is Revelation 14 and 14. And I looked and behold a white cloud. Now, a horse or a cloud, these are different things to show you that these are talking about the chariots of the Lord. Power seat. We're going to get that though. And upon the cloud, one sat like unto the Son of Man, having on his head a golden crown, in his hand a sharp sickle. Right, so let's get some precepts on this horse stuff. I believe you got Job. Let's go to Job. Mighty book of Job. This is Job chapter 39 and verse 18. What time? Slakia. This is what I want. Job 39 and 18. What time she lifted up herself on high, she scorneth the horse and his rider. Hast thou given the horse strength? Hast thou clothed his neck with thunder? So the Lord is showing that horses are hand in hand with strength, a power seat. It's a classic precept in Ecclesiastes. We can get it real quick. Classic precept in Ecclesiastes showing you that a horse represents that power seat, man. Right, and it's Ecclesiastes chapter 10, and I'll start at verse 6. Folly is set in great dignity, and the rich sit in a low place. And we're the rich, like I tell you in James 2 and 5. We're spiritually supposed to be set on high, but nonetheless, through us not keeping the commandments of the Lord, through us being disobedient, and the Most High setting up these heathen above us, we're now sitting in a low place. We're the true rich of the earth. These damn paper dollar bills that these men got run, that's not real riches, man. We know real riches is the wisdom and understanding. Right? Reading on. It says, I have seen servants upon horses. Now these men that's riding these horses, meaning in his power seat, are the so-called white man. And these heathen. They're the ones that's riding upon these horses right now. They're the ones that's exalted in this earth. Reading on. and princes walking as servants upon the earth. Right? So, that's plain for real. Right? Horses represent that power seat, man. I got another precept on that. All right. All right, this is the book of Isaiah, chapter 43, and I believe it went verse 17. It says, which bringeth forth the chariot and horse, the army and the power. So the Lord has chariots, also known as horses. You can put it that way. And they represent the army of the Lord, the majesty of the Lord, and the power, right? And strength and might. They shall lie down together. They shall not rise. They are extinct. They are quenched as tow. And this is truly talking about the Lord quenching the Babylonians with his chariots, man. And he's going to put their chariots down, which are their so-called F-2 fighter jets. They got, I believe they got B-22s, B-17s, a whole bunch of different things, man. Got the damn whole alphabet. Then VTOL drones and whatnot. That's what the devil got. But the Lord got real chariots. He got real might. And horses also show you that it's power, because when you go get a car, you might go get a damn GT or Shelby GT, which is a so-called different version, a highly upgraded version of a Mustang. You're going to check under the hood and see it got damn 30. Well, I don't know how much horsepower it got, but maybe like 8,000 horsepower. And the higher the horsepower shows you how stronger, right, or faster the car would go and the engine would go. And the power and might. That's the reason why you want to get a car with high horsepower. All right, and that's plain. So we back in it. And remember, when John is writing these visions, when Daniel is writing these visions, they have to make it as plain upon tables so that you in 2021 can know what the hell you're talking about. That's what your brain like, oh yeah, that makes sense. Horsepower, power, is it the chariots represent horsepower? Oh, that's simple. Right? We used to actually ride horses, now we got horsepower in the engines. That's simple. The Lord had to do that. Let's get the precept. The Lord had to do that so you can understand. And so that they can understand too. John's back here on this earth. All right. So when he wrote that, he's like, whoa. But now he's like, oh, okay, all right. All right, I know what's going on. Like, well, what am I seeing? And now today he understands. This is the book of Habakkuk, chapter 2 and verse 2. It says, and Yahweh answered me and said, write the vision and make it plain upon tables. Don't make it in depth. Don't make it too crazy for only you can understand or only I can understand. No, it's for a man that has given an understanding from the Lord. He will be able to understand and perceive it. Reading on. It says, write upon table, make it plain upon tables, that he may run that readeth it. So now you're reading this thing like, wow, that's simple to break down. I might be able to break down all of Revelation for real with the precepts and the proper understanding. Man has been years trying to break down Revelation. Imagine a Jake that's 18, 17, 21, breaking it down and confounding the men of these cities. Foolishness. For the vision is yet for an appointed time, but at the end it shall speak and not lie. Though it tarry, wait for it, because it will surely come, it will not tarry. All right, so these things we reading, it happened, and it's happening, and will continue to happen. So back to Revelation, chapter 6 and verse 2. So we got the understanding that this is Yahweh Shai. And I saw, and behold, a white horse, and he that sat on him had a bow, and a crown was given unto him, and he went forth conquering and to conquer. And then we already broke down what he did with that, but I can show you another precept, a parallel precept, to show you how he's also going to come back. This is how he's going to come back, conquering and to conquer. Revelation chapter 19 and verse 11. It says, and I saw heaven open, and behold, a white horse, and he that sat upon him was called Faithful and True. And in righteousness he doeth judge and make war. Right? He's going to make war with the other nations. It tell you that in 2nd Ezra 13th chapter, when Yahweh Shai returns. Reading on. And they're all literally going to be in the midst of World War III, battling and fighting for scraps. They're going to stop, turn, and band together because they know that it's better for them to be together and to be destroyed altogether. And the Most High is going to put in our spirit anyway. and try to fight against the Lord. They all got space forces. America's not the only one with a space force. Go and look this thing up. China has a space force. Russia has a space force. As a matter of fact, Russia and China has joined together to create their own space force. So you can look these things up. And what do you got space force for? You think aliens gonna fall out the sky, little green men, and kind of pointing like E.T.? The Lord not dealing with that. This space force is set up to try to stop your Messiah, your Savior, the Anointed One, Yahweh Shai. All right. It says, and in righteousness he doeth judge and make war. So, Salaki, I'm gonna read on. I'm gonna jump down real quick. Verse 13. I'm gonna read verse 13. And he was clothed with a vesture dipped in blood, and his name is called the Word of God. And the armies which were in heaven followed him upon white horses. These horses are again for it's a horse. Well, white is righteousness. A horse is a chariot representing power, strength, might. These chariots the Lord is going to send out for deliverance. Yahweh Shai is going to ride on his horse, his chariot, and there's going to be other angels with him. Like the brother pulled earlier, Jude 1 and 14. Reading on. It says, clothed in fine linen, white and clean. And I'm going to jump down to what I want. Verse 17. And I saw the angel standing in the sun, and he cried with a loud voice, saying to all the fowls that come in the midst, it's like that fly in the midst of heaven, come and gather yourselves together unto the supper of the great God, that ye may eat the flesh of kings and the flesh of captains, and the flesh of mighty men, and the flesh of horses, and of them that sit on them, and the flesh of all men, both free and bond, both small and great. And I saw the beasts and the kings of the earth and their armies gathered to make war against him that sat upon the horse and against his army. Right? So, we got what we wanted out of that. Right? So that's how Yahweh Shem Yashai is going to return, man. He's going to have multiple crowns placed upon his head. Right? Showing you that he's going to destroy these heathen. All right? So, where we at with it? We back to Revelation 6 chapter. Now we touched on the second seal. Revelation 6 and 3. And when he had opened the second seal, I heard the second beast say, come and see. And there went out another horse that was red, and power was given to him that sat thereon to take peace from the earth, and that they should kill one another, and there was given unto him a great sword. So what this is going into is the power seat that was given to Esau. Esau is known as that the red devil, right? The red dragon, like it tells you in Revelation 12 chapter. So I'm gonna read that again, and then we'll get some precepts. Revelation 6 and verse 4. And there went out another horse that was red. Now these horses again represent power, might, and these are different angels that the Lord has set up. Like I tell you in Zechariah the 1st chapter, 8 on down, and Zechariah the 6th chapter, right? Verses 1 on down. Now it says, and power was given to him that sat thereon to take peace from the earth. This is literally the spirit that was placed and given to Esau to take away peace from the earth. How do we know it's Esau? Because it said it was a red. This is a horse or an angel that's red. Now let's go to Revelation the 12th chapter real quick. Really, anytime you see red, as far as talking about an angel or it says dragon or devil, you got to associate that with Esau. All the nations have melanin. All the nations are melanated. Esau, literally in the Hebrew, is Ashashua, which means wasted away. Right? He's wasted away from the law, keeping the Most High's covenant. That's not for him. He's wasted away from righteousness. He's the son of perdition. Red represents destruction. So this red horse is a destructive horse or destructive spirits of angels that the Lord has placed upon the earth that was chiefly given to allow Esau to rule and take a piece away from the earth. Do you want to tell you in St. John 10 and 10? Well, we're going to get it, but let's get this first. This is Revelation 12 and 3. And there appeared another wonder in heaven, and behold, a great red dragon, having 7 heads and 10 horns, and 7 crowns upon his head. And if you don't know those 7 heads, it's Greece. You got Rome, you got Germany, you got France, Spain, Great Britain, and Russia. All right, there are the 7 heads, right? Now, Salakia, and those 10 horns are representative of the power seat, chiefly the original 10 provinces of Rome, but today it's the modern day EU. which started with 10 councils, but now it's expanded a little bit over that. It says, and 7 crowns upon his heads. Now, it said that it was a great red dragon. This is coming from the Roman Empire. The Roman Empire is known as that dragon. Right? And we can jump down, and we know that because, well, we can jump down to verse 9 real quick. It says, and a great dragon was cast out. It was not talking about Satan falling down from heaven. It's not what it's talking about. What it's talking about is the Most High putting this man, Esau, in charge of this earth. Reading on. It says that old serpent called the devil and Satan, which deceiveth the whole world. And the Chinese man is not deceiving the world. Who else we got? You got the Japanese man. He's not deceiving the world. The Arabs aren't deceiving the world. The man that's running this earth in the main story every single day, in a forefront since the Renaissance era, which literally means rebirth, is a so-called white man. He's the one that's deceiving the whole world. Reading on. It says, which deceiveth the whole world, he was cast out into the earth, and his angels were cast out with him. Meaning the different angels the Lord has set up to help this man Esau flourish, but also on a physical level, the different so-called ministers or entities of Esau's empire that allow him to flourish. You got Alexander the Great. You got Antiochus Epiphanes the Fourth. You got Herod. You got Claudius. You got what's his man name? Always forget that man name. You got Tiberius. You got Titus. You got Vespasian. Right? You got Augustus Caesar. You got plenty of damn devils. Plenty of so-called angels, which literally just means helpers. Right? That help the so-called white man flourish and establish his empire. You got Napoleon. You got FDR. You can go on and on. You got George Washington. These are those angels it's talking about. It's not talking about Satan falling from the third heavens. Satan has a report to the Lord. All right, you got Nicanor. Right? So, you go on and on for real. You got Donald Trump, Joe Biden. That man about to kick any day. I don't know if y'all saw that, man. That man fell down the steps trying to get up his plane. The Lord, soon, right? Very, very soon, all hell gonna break loose. And then these devils gonna rock. The 5th and 6th seal can go like that. Right? We reading about the 1st, 2nd, 3rd seal, and you gonna see really with expansion of time how quick they unfolded. And soon we about to hop into the 5th seal. Soon, right after that, is the 6th seal, and the 7th seal, that's it. Right? We out this wicked ass place. All right, we ruling again. So let's go into where we at? Let's go back to Revelation the 6th chapter. All right, Revelation chapter 6, Esau is finished. That's right. Revelation chapter 6 and verse 5. Right, Revelation 6 and 5. It says, Slaki, I want more on this. So we just kind of touched on the red. We know what's going on. Esau is red, Genesis 25 and 25. I'm gonna read verse 4 again real quick. It says, and there went out another horse that was red, and power is given to him that sat thereon to take peace from the earth, and that they should kill one another. So let me get a precept real quick on this. It says that Slaki. It says that they should kill one another. How does Esau get anything he wants in this earth? By killing. Wasn't he given a sword? It says and given was him to it. What given to him was a great sword. Let's get this real quick. This is the book of St. John, chapter 10 and verse 10. It says the thief cometh not. Now, who is the thief? It's not talking about the regular old thief that live across or up the block and want to come in your house real quick. That's not what it's talking about. That thief is chiefly the spiritual demon Satan, which worketh in a so-called white man. He's a thief. He got every single thing. He stole this land that we in right now, man, and making you pay taxes. They did that. The first original so-called thief, right? Or I won't say it like that, but I'll say Alexander, the so-called great, he magnified being a thief. He literally was the one to go into different lands, spoiling and wasting with the sword for Esau. Right? Reading on. It says, the thief cometh not, but for to steal and to kill and to destroy. I am come that they might have life and that they might have it more abundantly. Right? So, let me show you a little thing about Esau real quick, if you don't know. Let's get some more on this. Right? This is how this devil gets down. Damn devil, man. It's a goddamn devil. Alright, ain't no way around it, Esau. And you really can't get away from this one. You can't kind of finesse and wiggle your way out of this one. That's it. This is it for you. This is the book of Nahum, chapter 2, and I'm going to start at verse 9 real quick. No, I don't want that one. I'm going to jump right to it. Nahum, chapter 2. Okay, hold on. I'm going to go to Nahum, chapter 3, verse 1. I'm thinking another precept. Nahum, chapter 3, verse 1. It says, woe to the bloody city. It is all full of lies and robberies. And that bloody city is talking about was Nineveh. Now, America is modern day Nineveh. America is modern day Babylon, Tyre Zidon, right? Egypt, Greece, Rome. These cities regenerated, or Sodom and Gomorrah. These cities regenerated and having that same spirit, right? America is that damn, the brother said, the land of the great Satan, right? I believe the Russians say that. They have a song chanting and calling America Satan or something like that. It was saying something to that effect, right? But this is that bloody city, man. Literally, if you were to, we say this all the time, if you were to tear down some of these houses and dig up the ground, you might still see the blood of your forefathers here in this land. Wicked ass city. It says it is all full of lies and robberies. The prey departeth not. Now I'm gonna go and get this real quick. This is what I was looking for. I don't know why I went to Nahum, but that's the spirit though. This is the book of Habakkuk 2 and 12. Woe to him that buildeth a town with blood and established a city by iniquity. And that's how America was established, by iniquity, by bloodshed, by slaughter, by rape, robbing, murder, pillaging, right? Scalping, buck breaking. That's bloodshed. Oh, man. Wickedness. That's Esau. Just put wicked on his forehead. He's the son of perdition, the son of destruction. All right. So, and it says there was given unto him a great sword, right? Let's go to it. Let's get this too. You gotta eat every piece of meat off this bone real quick. It's the book of Genesis, chapter 27. Where we at with it? 27 and verse 39. Genesis 27 and verse 39. And Isaac his father answered and said unto him, behold, thy dwelling shall be the fatness of the earth, and of the dew from heaven. Dew of heaven from above. Now, that means they're going to get the rulership, the preeminence, and they're going to get it first. Right? They're the so-called firstborn of the Lord. I say so-called, well, not of the Lord, but so-called firstborn of Isaac. Right? Esau came out first. Nonetheless, though, this is their blessings for them to go first and have his rulership. But like I tell you in 2 Ezra 6 and 9, Esau is the end of the world and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth. So we coming right after that. And after that, that's it. Ain't no Esau hop back in there again. After that, Esau is going to be destroyed. Grabbed up together and burnt the hell up with fire, man. Right? It says, and by thy sword shalt thou live, and shalt serve thy brother. And it shall come to pass, when thou shalt have the dominion, that thou shalt break his yoke from off thy neck. When they're in rulership, we're going to literally break the yoke off our neck, which we've been doing. And now we're going to rule. We're rising up right now. All right, so we touched on that. Let's go into the third seal. Revelation, the 6th chapter. Well, Slocky, let me get this real quick. Now, when we're reading this, when it's talking about all these different horses and whatnot, now I brought it out, but I'm going to bring out the precept that tells you and shows you these different horses are different spirits. Right? It's the book of, and these, I forget the exact term of it, but the study of the colors of the horses, there's actually a term Esau used for that, which is basically going into knowing what the horses, the ability the horse has. Like a black horse, it's a stallion. Now, not the black horse that's in the scripture, but the black horse on a physical level. They're stallions. They're used them for might, strength. You might use a white horse to, do other things with. The speckled horse kind of do a mixed multitude of things. In the scripture, the white horse represents righteousness. A black horse, we're going to get into it because that's touching on the next seal, the third seal. The red horse is sent for destruction. Right? And in a myrtle or not the myrtle, but the speckled or in bay horse, that has a mixed multitude of things that it does. We're going to go into it though. This is Zechariah chapter 1 and verse 7. No, I'm going to get to verse 8. It says, I saw by night, and behold, a man riding upon a red horse. And he stood up among the myrtle trees that were in the bottom. And behind him were there red horses, speckled and white. So these horses, they literally have different abilities. A red horse is not going to do the thing that a white horse can do. So these different spirits that the Lord has sent out. Remember, the Lord has righteous angels. He has evil angels. All right. The Lord's got angels that's going to be sent for deliverance to the nation of Israel. And he got horses that's sent out for the destruction of the nation of Israel and the destruction of the other nations. Okay. Reading on. It says, then said I, O my Lord, what are these? And an angel that talked with me said unto me, I will show thee what these be. And the man that stood, well, that's it on that. That's all we wanted on that. All right. So let's go into it. Revelation, the 6th chapter and the 5th verse. Revelation 6 and 5. And when he had opened the third seal, I heard, and when he had opened the third seal, I heard the third beast say, come and see. And I beheld, and lo, a black horse, and he that sat on him had a pair of balances in his hand. Now, I can't pull it up right now, but if a brother wants to, Baba Kasha, if you can go to the Blue Letter app if you have it, and literally look up pair of balances, you're going to see what that's talking about. And we're going to pull it up. I have it written down, but we're going to pull it up though. But nonetheless, we're going to go to something real quick. Let's go back to Zechariah. Zechariah, the 6th chapter. All right, so this black horse had a pair of balances in his hand. You might be like, well, you know, what he got a damn, what the hell is that called? You know, what the hell is that called? It would kind of balance, a damn balance beam. You might use that in damn high school for that science class that you had. You know, that's not what the Lord's talking. That's not what the Lord's going into. This is the book of Zechariah, chapter 6 and verse 1. It says, and I turned and lifted up mine eyes, and behold, and looked, and behold, there came four chariots out from between two mountains, and the mountains were mountains of brass. And what this is going into is, this should just say that a so-called portal from the third heaven even into earth has been opened, and now these horses, these different chariots are traveling through. Right? It's not literal mountains. Just talking about two immovable objects that the Most High has set up. Reading on, verse 2. In the first chariot were red horses, and we broke down what those red horses are. They're destruction horses. Right? It says in a second chariot, black horses. And we're going to touch on what those black horses are going to go into. It's later on in this chapter. It says, and in the third, white horses, which are horses or angels sent for, righteous horses that sent for deliverance of the nation of Israel. It says, in the fourth chariot, grizzled and bay horses, which is the same thing as those speckled. They can do a mixed multitude of things. Reading on. Everybody got their position. You might play basketball. The center, you're supposed to rebound. You're supposed to rebound and protect the rim. The point guard, you're supposed to dish the ball and don't be a damn shooter. If you're a shooter, you playing two guard, because the two guards, they got to be on a wing and they can pull that shot real quick. The small forward, he can do a little bit of everything. And the power forward is, he can do some more things, you know, not as much as the small forward because he's the most versatile on the court. But the power forward, he can kind of get up in there. He can rebound for you. He might be able to protect the rim a little bit, but he's not full on, you know, like the small forward, you know, or the guards. If you got ears to hear, we put it in that sense for you. And shalom to, there we go. That's all praise to the brother, man. Mathamyaka, right, from WFI Baltimore, right? And that's what we wanted. And there we go. We want to hold that right there. I'm gonna see if I can pin this. All right, can we pin this? We can pin this comment. All praise. We're gonna pin both these Jones real quick. Oh damn, I'm gonna pin one at a time. I'm gonna pin this one, right? This is what we need. We're gonna touch on that again. Give me 1 second. So we're gonna read on. It says, damn, where we at? Verse 4. Then I answered and said unto the angel that talked with me, what are these, my Lord? And the angel answered and said unto me, these are the four spirits of the heavens, which go forth from standing before the Lord of all the earth. Now, these four spirits is the same thing as those seven spirits, which is the different angels of the Lord. 7 is the number of completion. 10, 40, 1,000, 100, a million, that's numbers of completion. Same thing as 4. 3 is used as number of emphasis. 4 is completely overkill. Now I'm gonna get a precept. I think I got 3 off the top of my head. Or for 4. This is the book of Amos. Right? Slakia. This is the book of Amos, chapter 1 and verse 11. Thus said the Lord, for 3 transgressions of Edom, and for 4. Said for 3, for 4, meaning completely. Overkill. It says, I will not turn away the punishment thereof, because he did pursue his brother with the sword, and they cast off all pity, and his anger did tear perpetually, and he kept his wrath forever. Alright, let's get another precept on this. Go to the book of Proverbs. And you can kind of, it's the book of Proverbs, Salakia. This is the book of Proverbs, chapter 30 and verse 15. It says, the horse leash had 2 daughters crying, give, give. There are 3 things that are never satisfied. Yeah, 4 things say not, it is enough. Right? So that's plain right there. 3 and for 4. 3 as a number of complete or emphasis. 4 as in moving on, as in complete, as in overdue. Verse you can jump down to verse 18 real quick. There be 3 things which are too wonderful for me, yea, 4 which I know not. See that? And we can jump down to verse 29. There be 3 things which go well, yea, 4 are comely and going. All right, so that's plain right there. So back to Zechariah. Shalom, shalom, everybody watching this. All right. Lord willing, everybody keeping watch, man. You should kind of be excited right now. You should kind of get up and do your dance. Right? Jake, if you got ears to hear, do your dance, man. We're almost out of here. It's the book of Zechariah, chapter 6 and verse 5. Well, we in verse 6 now. It says, the black horses, which are therein, I'm going to read verse 5 again. And the angel answered and said unto me, these are the 4 spirits of the heavens, which go forth from standing before the Lord of all the earth. It says the black horses, which are therein, go forth into the north country, and the white go forth after them, and the grizzle go forth toward the south country. So you see that? Now we're going to break down what this black horse is. It says this black horse goes into the north country, man. Now what's the north country? Let's go into Zechariah, the 2nd chapter. The Zechariah chapter 2 and verse 6. Ho, ho, come forth and flee from the land of the north, said Yahweh. For I will spread you abroad as the 4 winds of heaven, said the Lord. Deliver thyself, O Zion. This is going to tell you what the north country is. Deliver thyself, O Zion, that dwellest with the daughter of Babylon. Who is the daughter of Babylon? Babylon the Great. So-called America. Arsareth. Right? Like I tell you in 2nd Ezra, the 13th chapter, verses 44 and 45. That's Babylon. America the Great, or so-called America the Great. They trying to say make America great again. Right? They put it right there in your face with it. Let's get another precept. So it just told you what the north country is. It told you in the very next verse, verse 7, that it's known as the daughter of Babylon. All right, let's go to Jeremiah. The scripture don't lie on this, though. It's plain. You just need precepts. That's all it is, brothers. The Most High gonna give you that. You gotta stay diligent. Right? Jeremiah chapter 16 and verse 15. Or I started 14. Jeremiah 16 and 14. Therefore, behold, the days come, said Yahweh, that it shall no more be said, Yahweh liveth, that brought up the children of Israel out of the land of the land of Egypt. And that's the talk right now. That's how you show Jake that you in America right now, or that you was Israelite. You go to Deuteronomy 28:68. That's the talk. It say that we're gonna be basically paraphrasing. We're gonna be put in Egypt. Now we know Egypt literally just means captivity, oppression. Tell you that in 2nd Ezra 1 and 7, Micah 6 and 4, right? Exodus 20 and 2, Revelation chapter 11 and verse 8. We know America is that modern day Egypt. Nonetheless, the Lord said it's no longer going to be said, hey, the Lord did this and did that and brought the children of Israel out of the land of Egypt. But what? But Yahweh liveth that brought up the children of Israel from the land of the north and from all the lands where he had driven them. And I will bring them again into their land that I gave unto their fathers. And this didn't happen. This prophecy ain't happen. We wasn't taken from every land and brought back into Israel. We're not there yet. If that's the case, well, we just going to leave right there. Right? That's plain, though. I'm going to get another precept on it. I think I want to get one more on this. Let me see something real quick. All right, so you got to go through it, man. Precept upon precept. Right? It's another precept on this. This is the book of Jeremiah, chapter 3 and verse 18. In those days, the house of Judah shall walk with the house of Israel. The Lord said, in the last days, we're going to walk together. No more Southern Kingdom, Northern Kingdom BS. You got brothers that's diehard Northern Kingdom, diehard Southern Kingdom. When did the Lord ever deal with that? We one nation, 12 tribes of Israel. And that's all going to be done away with in those days. We understand that, that's curses and Judah got to vex Ephraim and Ephraim, vice versa. We understand that. But nonetheless, the Lord said in those days, we're going to be back like this. Read it on. It says, in those days, the house of Judah shall walk with the house of Israel, and they shall come together out of the land of the north to the land that I have given for inheritance unto your fathers. So that's plain. All right, that's plain right there. And somebody got it for me. All praise to Obadiah, verse 18. It says hippology. That's what it is, hippology. It says the Greek hippos, horse, logos means study. So it's a study of horses. Right? And that's plain. All praise to the Most High. I wish I could pin both comments, but I can't. I'm going to keep that one up for Mathamika, though. All right, so let's go back to Revelation now. We're going to finish it off. We're going to show you plain upon tables that this third seal was going into you being in slavery, Jake. That the Lord had a seal open just for you to be in slavery. He set a seal up. It was programmed from the foundation for you to go in slavery. And for it to be the last captivity for you too. So this is Revelation 6 and 5. And when he had opened the third seal, I heard the third beast say, come and see. And behold, and I beheld, and lo, a black horse. And he that sat on him had a pair of balances in his hand. Now again, this is not an actual scale. The brother got the comment. It says, from the root of, and that's a tough word to pronounce. I'm going to go ahead and take a shot, though. Zagunami, right? It's like a pronunciation, It says to join, especially by a yoke, right? This is also, you can go into it. It's going to say yoke, the yoke for cattle, right? You might see a damn cow with damn bells around his neck. That's what that's going into. All right. You also got a burden. These things were given to the children of Israel. That's literally what that pair of balances in his hand, meaning his angel was sent and to give the ability to these different nations to put you in slavery. That's what the third seal is about. Reading on. Verse 6. And I heard a voice in the midst of the four beasts say, a measure of wheat for a penny, and 3 measures of barley for a penny. See thou hurt not the oil and the wine. So on a physical level, you literally were sold for different things. Now that's on a physical level. We're going to touch what it's truly talking about. On a physical level, it tell you in the book of Joel what you was, Joel what you were sold for. Let's go to it. Joel, the 3rd chapter. Joel chapter 3. And I'm going to start at verse 5. No, I'm going to start at verse 3. Joel 3 and 3. And they shall cast lots for my people. And they cast lots to say, well, I want this one. Well, I like this nigger. He real tall. And this nigger can run fast. And this nigger can jump high. This is what they were saying. They were casting lots. Flipping a coin. They might have damn did rock, paper, scissors. That's where that probably came from. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. Let me get that one. I want that one right there. You kind of take you down. And man. Brother just went through. Go check out the video that brother just made. Mathamika, that's posted right there, .40 from WFI Baltimore, right? The young line in the building. He just was touching on slavery, man. And that's what this is going into, man. Right? This is the book of Joel, chapter 3 and verse 3. And they have cast lots for my people, and have given a boy for an harlot, and sold a girl for wine, that they might drink. You literally was sold for gin, rum, sugar, spices, cane. Look at those things you were sold for. Go look up the Middle Passage, the transatlantic, sub-Saharan, Silk Road slave trade. Go look at those slave trades and see what you were sold for. You were sold for a penny, Jake. A damn penny. They ain't nothing, man. It's kind of get you a little hot, but you won't hold your composure, because you know you in captivity, and the Most High is gonna redeem you as long as you have faith. Reading on though, it says, yeah, and what have ye to do with me, O Tyre and Zidon, and all the coast of Palestine? Will you render me a recompense? Meaning, you sold my children. Are you gonna give me that profit back? You think I want that? I'm gonna spit in your face. Right? That's what the Lord is saying right here. The Lord told you in Deuteronomy 7 and 10, He gonna pull up to His enemy's face. He gonna pull up to their face with it. That's what He told you. Reading on, it says, will you render me a recompense? And if you recompense me swiftly and speedily, will I return your recompense upon your own head. I mean, I'm gonna put it right back in your face with it. You did this to me. Hey, what you think gonna happen to you? You damn nasty ass Africans. You blood drinking, booty scratching Africans. What's gonna happen to you? Right? Reading on. Verse 5. Because ye have taken my silver and my gold. And where the silver and the gold of the Lord? Where the apple of the Most High's eye? Where the damn star that twinkles in the moonlight? If you got ears to hear. It says, and have carried into your temples my goodly pleasant things. And that's on a physical level. But chiefly on a physical level, they literally took the vessels from Solomon's temple that he built for the Lord and carried it into Babylon. They took that out of Babylon, brought it back to Jerusalem. It was brought into Greece. It was brought into damn Rome. Right now, America got it somewhere. Right? Probably hiding some damn where. They got it somewhere. Right? Reading on. It says, the children also of Judah and the children of Jerusalem have ye sold unto the Grecians. And no other. The Grecians are so-called white man. Right? Esau, the goddamn devil, that ye might remove them far from their border. So there you have it. Let's go back into Revelation. So that's literally what it's going into. Back to Revelation, the 6th chapter. Revelation 6 and 5, or 6 and 6. And that's on a physical level. On a spiritual level, barley and wheat is going in, the Vatican, that's right. Now, barley and wheat on a physical level, or a spiritual level, is going into, that's what you use to make bread. The barley and wheat of the Lord is the understanding of the Lord. The bread. Let's get a quick precept on that. This is the book of Sirach, chapter 15 and verse 3. With the bread of understanding shall she feed him. So the Lord said, with the bread of understanding, wisdom will feed you. She's going to come to the table. She might have some, you might have your favorite type of meat. You might have your strong drink. This is not strong drink. This is the strawberry lemonade. But you might have it in your glass, right? Which is representative of wine. You might have some bread. You might have some unleavened bread. Wisdom know how to throw down for you, man. You get a woman that know how to throw down, you gonna want to keep her around for real. Right? And that's what wisdom can do for you. So you want to keep her around. You don't want to ever let this one go. Reading on. And give him the water of wisdom to drink. So wisdom also can be water. It can be bread. That's the understanding. The water is wisdom. Meat is also wisdom, or higher understanding of wisdom. And then the wine is the same thing as well. All right. So the Lord said, and read it again, verse 6, Revelation 6 and 6. And I heard a voice in the midst of the four beasts say, a measure of wheat for a penny, and 3 measures of barley for a penny. Meaning, although we're in captivity, the Lord still is going to allow you to get this understanding, even in adverse times. You still won't get this understanding of the Lord. It don't matter. These things are literally, it's damn near saying it's for free. It is for free. This wisdom understanding is for free. I tell you that in Isaiah 55 and 1 on down. I'm going to get this precept though. It's Isaiah 30. All right. Isaiah 30 and 20. So really, what the Lord is saying, even though you're in captivity, you're going to get this understanding. That's why I said, see that thou hurt not the oil and the wine. The oil and the wine is what's inside you, that anointing oil, so that even right now you can bear witness with this thing, and you can come to this truth. If the Lord would allow these heathen to beat that understanding out of you, or the spirit to be taken from you, we would never wake up. But the Lord had to preserve that in you. We might have been oppressed, beat down, really, really beat down and destroyed. But nonetheless, you still got that tinkling of that oil and wine within inside you, so you can bear witness with this thing. All right. This is Isaiah 30 and 20. It says, and like you damn making food, they might say put a dash of salt. It's a dash of that oil and wine in you. As you stay in his word, it's going to sprout up and it's going to increase. That oil, the only reason why you in is truth. This is the book of Isaiah 30 and 20. And though the Lord give you the bread of adversity and the water of affliction, yet shall not thy teachers be removed into a corner anymore, but thine eyes shall see thy teachers. So the Lord still want to allow you to get this understanding. Although you're going through hell, trials and tribulation, and being tried by wisdom and understanding, you're going to see your teachers. You're going to get the understanding thereof. All right, so with that was Revelation, the 6th chapter, the first 3 seals. Again, Lord willing, we come back and do the 4th seal, the 5th seal, and the 6th seal. Finish those things up in the book of Revelation, the 6th chapter. If I don't hop into the 4th seal after this video, I might hop into it later tonight, right? Either before or after camp, but we're going to see through the spirit. We'll see how the spirit hops on me, Lord willing. But with that, but a strong shalom, continue to endure and watch for these prophecies, right? We always getting new updates on, what's happening. You got to stay vigilant, man. You got to stay vigilant. Like the brother said, if you're not watching these prophecies, then you're going to think that everything cool. Everything damn peaches and cream and rainbows and whatever. That's not this, right? You in the last days. Nonetheless, you in the last seconds. All right. So with that, a bit of strong shalom. Kwam Yasharella. Continue to endure and watch for these prophecies. Keep watch. Shalom.